Best quality kunzite ever discovered. So like, look at that. Look at that color. Right? And so that's what I'm talking about. You see how when light penetrates through the C-axis, you get that like crazy electric color. And then of course, this being what I consider the best kunzites ever found, this comes out of the Urucum claim or mine in Brazil. This stuff was found in like the 1990s.
I swear I thought that I never would meet anybody who was as obsessed with crystals as I am, and yet I'm literally here with this guy. I'm looking at him right now. And he's got, literally guys, the craziest crystals that I have ever seen in my life. The energy is something else entirely. Like the vibration of these and the purity and the way that it just kind of cuts through me, and I feel it in such a different way, and I want to talk to you guys about that. But first, I want to introduce him to you and show you literally the most expensive crystals that I think that I might ever see in my life. All right, I'm gonna bring it over here. So this is my friend Aaron, everybody. This is my new friend.
How's it going, everyone?
Oh, they're doing great. Okay, so now some of these things, if you're like me, you might know what they are, but you might just be mind blown at the way that they look. Because the crystals that I've been working with, I've worked with a lot of the same ones of these, but they look completely on a whole other level. Like this, for example, that is pink kunzite.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
You want to bring it into the light?
Yeah, dude. Can we show that to them?
Yeah, for sure. So, for those of you that have ever seen kunzite before, kunzite's famous for showing color through its C-axis, which is through this plane. So like if we bring it over to the light over here, and another thing to note I would say is about lighting is that different temperature lights will change the coloration. So like this is like a 5,000 Kelvin, so it's a more blue to purple. So it's gonna make this look, I'd say, more pink. But if you had a lower temperature light, like these yellow lights that you see over there, you're gonna get more softer tones and it's gonna look more red. And
wow.
Having a kunzite more red is really crazy. So
dude,
like
I didn't even know that.
So first off, like, I don't know if you've ever seen kunzite before, but this is the best, in my opinion, the best quality kunzite ever discovered. So like, look at that, look at that color. Right? And so that's what I'm talking about. You see how when light penetrates through the C-axis, you get that like crazy electric color. And then of course, this being what I consider the best kunzites ever found, this comes out of the Urucum claim or mine in Brazil. This stuff was found in like the 1990s, right? And so normally when you see kunzite, you see it out of like, the most stuff you see is out of like Afghanistan, and we're talking like mountains of kunzite there, but it will very rarely be facet grade. By facet grade, I mean completely gem grade, completely translucent. You see, I could see.
It literally looks like, I'm so sorry to interrupt you, dude, but
no,
like
good.
the freaking,
it's crazy,
the freaking
isn't it?
vibe of it is insane because I literally have had multiple pieces of kunzite.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I've literally had multiple pieces of kunzite, and not a single one of them even felt as close to the energy of this. Like the purity and the clarity of the energy, guys, as you can see, it's like, it looks like freaking gem glass. How is that even possible? Where did that come from?
So this is why it's considered some of the best ever found in the world. I consider it the best ever found. Is that normally what Nathan's talking about, you don't see it so pure. You'll see it with inclusions, you'll see it be a milky white inside, or have wisps or fractures or anything like that. And once in a while out of Afghanistan or sometimes California, there's stuff that's gem grade, but this one also, not only is it gem grade, do you see the luster?
I do,
right?
dude.
So it's like, that's what makes it so glassy. So when you're looking at high quality crystals, you have several factors. You have locality. So this is like the most famous kunzites coming from Brazil. You have luster, how like gemmy or colorful, how vibrant it is on the outside. And then you have, I believe color is the next one, which is like how colorful it is. And so what was also so special about this Brazilian stuff is that, man, the colors are just crazy. They glow. Like if we go back over to...
Yeah, can we see the light? Like, I want to see, can you shine it in there?
Look at some of these other ones.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. So these are from the same mine,
this
right?
This is from the same mine. This is from the same find. So these are just smaller versions, but like they're all still gem grade. See, like kunzite,
oh my God,
kunzite's normally a pink to purple, and so then you have things so Kunzite is the purple to pink variety of spodumene. That's the variety of the mineral. And then from spodumene, you have the different colorations. So Kunzite's the pink to purple. You have tryphane. So like this is a bicolor. Right, so
can I see that one again? Sorry, my camera wasn't.
No, you're good. So it's better like with a white background. You can see how there's like a yellow there. So the yellow would be what they call tryphane.
Yeah.
And then the pink to purple is the Kunzite.
That's why the yellow he's talking about.
So like this big one here, what's so crazy about it is that it's the only time I've ever seen a weird blend where it's like it is the Kunzite color, but it's also the tryphane color.
Wow.
But it's blended together as one color. It's not like two separate colors like you're seeing in this second crystal here.
Right.
It's literally melted together as one crystal and created a different color that like if we brought these over to the light, you know.
Can we bring one of those?
Yeah, let's bring these two.
Yeah, because these are literally insane. We're gonna show you the others too, guys. I honestly did not know that this was real. Like that it could come like that.
And I mean also like another thing about this material is look at the etchings on the surface. I had one in the past that I sold, like it had these etchings, but it had like perfect square etchings on the surface, and then when you looked inside, like it was glassy on the inside, right? You see how you could see completely in the inside of the crystal, and you could see the etchings on the outside? You could look in through a window on this other one and it had pyramids growing in it.
Dude, that is just so insane. To me, I love this one.
Some of my favorite are like, look at the color on this one. You know? Like if we hold this up to the light, like look at that.
Dude.
It's crazy.
That is insane.
It's like, I don't know, it's like glass.
How am I supposed to go back to my Kunzite now?
I know. For real though.
What is that?
This is a blue topaz out of the Tinga mine in Brazil.
Oh my god.
This is old school stuff. It's really rare to see blue color in a topaz natural. Most of the really deep blue topaz you see is irradiated material. And this is like, by the way, you guys, none of my stuff is cut. Everything that I'm showing you came out of the ground like that.
Literally.
So like this isn't cut. This is what, like I'm not sure your depth of knowledge on this channel, but this is called a termination. It refers to the end point of the crystal, and the termination allows for the directional flow of energy of the crystal. So the energy will flow through the termination of that crystal there.
Wow. Yeah, no, that's not something that we really talk about much, so I'm really glad you mentioned that.
So what I love about, like, for instance, these Kunzites, right, is that what's so special about them is that as you start to get into higher quality crystals, especially like things like this, you have to understand things like damage or contact, right? Or is it terminated? Is it double terminated, right? Termination as in the end point of a crystal. Like, you're more typically used to, I would say, like a quartz crystal, right? Like that's a point, right? And so there's factors where like clearly the energy is flowing up through this direction. On a side note, by the way, this is from Antarctica.
Antarctica. When was the last time you guys saw anything in physical reality that came from Antarctica?
This is like I was told like one of 200. This came out, I believe, in 78.
Oh my god, will you hold that up to the light a little bit?
Oh yeah, we need to hit this with, it's a phantom smoky amethyst, right? So like if we take it to the light,
that thing feels like a mystical relic.
Somehow, this is what happens a lot with high vibrational crystals. You're starting to talk about one, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, but I gotta show you this, and I gotta show you that. But like, look at the phantoms in this thing.
Just the way that I'm being weird in this video, they could probably tell. Like, oh my gosh.
Right? So you see, I don't know if you can get it.
I'm doing my best, but damn, the camera.
So there's triangles all the way up, right? So phantoms show the past life growth of the crystal. So like, if you look at the bottom here, see those little points right there?
Yeah.
So that would be like where the crystal first started growing, and then as the elements and the solutions change, it shifts in coloration over time, and you'll see the point shift. And you need a more focalized light. This light is too dispersed.
Right.
This actually has purple in it.
Yeah.
And so not only is it a phantom smoky amethyst, and it's like crazy. Look at the deep color, like it's black.
You can't even tell without holding it up to the light.
You would think that's most smoky quartz you see that's like this black is actually irradiated. And they irradiate a lighter smoky quartz, and it makes it super black. And one way to tell that it's been irradiated and it's not natural is that usually you can't see through it.
Wow.
So, but this is natural stuff and has phantoms, and then on top of that, this is from Antarctica.
That's the insane part to me.
They signed a peace treaty in '92, making it illegal to mine any minerals out of Antarctica.
Wow.
So this is things like I don't know if I'll ever get another one of this quality from Antarctica ever again.
Dude, that one is really special. That literally has like a mystifying ancient relic feel to me.
And the thing is I'm not usually drawn to things like that. Like, you know, I really like the higher, the higher vibrational type stuff. So I never really am drawn to the smoky quartz. But that has a high vibration.
The reason I bought it was like as soon as, you know, I'm not as much of a quartz person. Like I love kunzites, I love topazes, I love fluorites,
right,
tourmalines. I do like weird quartzes, but like when I saw that it was from Antarctica, I was like, I have to have it, you know?
Yeah, dude, you guys can tell why I like Aaron so much just from when we met, because like, just listen to him. He got all this awesome information, and look at his outfit, okay? I'm sorry, but like, damn straight, dude.
It's handmade from Guatemala.
So cool.
By the way, this is rhodochrosite.
You guys can't buy that one. I'm saving up for that. Just kidding. It is still for sale, but.
so this is what they call botryoidal or spherical growth, right? So if you look at it, you see like all the spheres or the humps. I don't know if you can
move over here and get some better lighting.
We can head over to that light.
Yeah, can we take that one over?
Yeah.
I want to show you guys.
We'll take.
Out of all the stuff he's got in here, there's all of it's extremely amazing. That's the one that there's this intense warmth and this stony feeling to it. For me, that like this is speaking to me, guys. That is speaking to me.
So you see the spherical growth there? You see how it's like little bubbles, right? So like when you have spherical growth, that's feminine, that's soft. It's the energy radiates in a 360 direction.
Wow.
You know, and here's another one.
This one is also so epic.
And also like, hold on, I have to look at it. Look at that, right? So it's like a gem red crystal. So for any of you out there that have ever seen rhodochrosite before, most commonly you probably see it as opaque pink, probably from like Argentina, and it's more of a rock versus like these are gem red
that is
crystals.
So insane. It's like a beautiful crystal strawberry.
It also looks like a heart. Isn't that crazy?
That's incredible, dude. I love that piece. That one specifically, for some reason though, I don't know what it is. That one, you guys know what it's like when like a crystal just literally speaks to you and it calls you and it comes to you in your dreams. That's that one.
Yeah, and I would say that like the luster on this one, I don't know if you can see the sheen, but like the luster on this one is phenomenal. See, like things like this, like, oh man, when you bring this out in the sun, I know we're indoors and we're doing the best we can with the lighting, but like, see the right kind of lighting, you could really see the red on this. Like, look how red this crystal is.
That is deep.
Right?
It's got a depth to it. The reason I really like this in particular, these energies, is how deep the energy goes. Like when I say stony, I don't mean I'm feeling all stony bozo. I mean like I go deep, deep inside of a really special place inside of myself with that one. So I love it.
What I like about like these kunzites, for instance, is that like if you look at it, it's elongated. It's a masculine structure, right? It's elongated, it's phallic looking, but it's also kind of soft and smooth to it. So it's an interesting balance of masculine and feminine energy. It just is like really complete and really, I think, loving and heart-opening for me, this kind of material.
And I'm just casually kind of brisking over here some of the other kunzites to show you guys too that he has. He literally, Aaron was telling me, you bought all of them, right? Because you just like knew, you were like,
oh yeah, for sure. Kunzite is one of my favorite things, and anytime I get a chance to buy Brazilian kunzites, I pretty much jump at the chance of it. They're becoming harder and harder to get. There's not much, like most of the stuff I'm showing you, most of this material, there's not a ton of it out there. So I'm always hunting, I'm always building on connections and trying to meet the right people. And I think a bit of spirit blessing me with divinity in right time, right place.
Right.
That's how I'd get things, you know, like to show you, like, you know,
this
look how amazing this blue topaz is.
Angelic, dude.
So like, I'll give you an example. Like,
that's the real Andara, guys.
So like, this is what you typically see in topaz. Still a great topaz.
Yeah, I love that one.
Gemmy, clear. Like, look at the termination. Looks like it's been cut, but it's not. This is from the Galugong Mountains in China. You know, so you got Chinese versus Brazilian. But this is like the classic topaz. It's like a sherry or champagne or whatever kind of like a light brown, brownish color.
That one is so pure and sexy, though. And even though it's got we don't know what that is, so we're not going to claim.
I'm not sure. I never like to claim anything without 100% knowing.
I really like that.
In this area, you know, like, well, I'm always trying to inform you 100%. Like, it could be black tourmaline, it could be rebecite, it could be something else. So you'd have to get it tested. I don't know 100%, so I never ever say to anyone, anything that you ever get from me, or I tell you, it's everything I know, and I always talk with the miners and geologists and try to learn as much as I can. So that way I can inform you more.
And my favorite thing about that, and the reason why I brought that up, is because the energy of that topaz is
so pure. And I know that it's like, usually I have so many words to explain things and just like get all intense about it, but I'm really having a hard time here, guys, because I've never felt energy that was on the level of this before. I'm telling you, it's something about the way that the energy moves through your body. It's almost like there's not a need or a physical time to be sitting there and processing the energy. It kind of just overtakes me, and I'm instantly in this reality. And honestly, right now, my face feels extremely warm.
Same.
And I feel like I just feel like I need to lay down and like I want all these soft blankets on me. Like
it is. It's
I don't know how to explain it. Yeah.
Well, it's like you think about it. Not only is it just high vibrational crystals, it's a mix of them. You know, and we're also passionate about it.
There's
and
so much going on. I feel like Aaron and I are in a soup bowl, and it's just portaling us up into space.
Creates a vortex, 100%.
Yeah.
Also, Shasta's a vortex, then this is a vortex.
I know, dude.
You know?
Right? This is freaking nuts.
I would say one thing I was trying to get across is like, so you have the typical color of topaz that I showed you with the other one, like the sherry color.
Right.
And then like you have things like blue, and this is like a giant blue, so blue is really rare in coloration. And then you have even rarer, I would say, in terms of coloration is a purple topaz.
Wow.
Right? This is also Brazilian. Very hard to acquire material.
Wow.
And so like most people have never even been exposed to these colors of topaz or know that topaz can be purple. It's just like a perfect segue into tourmalines.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, let's segue. You know, if I'm just going to walk around over here because the lighting will be better to show them.
Well, the sun is coming out maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
So
it's
like,
looking good.
So like tourmalines, pretty much most of you guys out there have probably seen tourmalines, but black tourmaline. And the way I look at it is like technically there's no such thing as black tourmaline. It's just so darkly concentrated of coloration that you can't actually tell what color it is. So like if you had like a really high magnification light, maybe you would be able to catch on the edge of that black tourmaline. Maybe it'll be like a dravite, like a brown tourmaline or something like that. But then you get into like really high quality tourmalines, and then here like
this one's insane, guys. I didn't even know this
from
existed.
Afghanistan, right?
So
very classic from Afghanistan. This is pink with a little lepidolite on the side, and then it goes to green, but then it goes colorless. Colorless is extremely rare in tourmaline. Tourmaline always has some kind of color usually. So to have no color, it's actually, if you hit it through the C-axis, you could see it like, it turns like a green.
Yeah, that's
because like
crazy.
the green from the bottom is like projecting. And then look at this termination. That's another thing I love about really high quality gem crystals. Like, let's see if we could.
If you take it and you hold it out like this, the camera will focus. It's got a special thing it does. If you bring it closer. Yeah, perfect.
Okay, so you see that? Like, look at how the light is reflecting off of all of those facets on the termination there. So it's just as like, how is the Earth growing that naturally?
Dude, that is my favorite question. Like, how are these things real? The fact that this stuff comes literally just out of the ground, none of us need to make this. Like, this is the beauty of nature, and I feel like crystals are like the peak of that. Like,
so this is like a lipstick tourmaline.
Yeah, right? That is cool.
So before we had Afghanistan tourmaline, this is Brazilian tourmaline. You've got like the blue to pink coloration with another secondary crystal.
We might need to take some of these over to that light.
For sure.
Yeah.
By the way, I have connected with Nathan and I've allowed him to post some of these. Like this one is going to be on his Etsy site available for you guys.
Oh yeah, good shout out. Just so you guys know, Aaron and I are establishing a pretty awesome connection because like we freaking love the crystals. So we've listed some of these that Aaron is feeling okay with. You know, the crystals are ready to pass on to their next person. Some of them are extremely special to him, as you guys can imagine, as you guys like crystals too. But there's some of them that we put up on the Etsy, and those are going to be up there for just a week because then Aaron has to go. He's going to Guatemala. He's a traveler.
Yeah, I like to travel.
The man is a world traveler. But yeah, they're tagged below, and you guys can check those out. All right, I'm going to turn this around so we can show them.
You know, I almost called my company Earth Candy because I would eat it. You know, that's my question is like, would you eat this? I would eat it.
Oh man,
it looks like a Jolly Rancher. You know, like here, I'll show you another one.
I like you, dude. You're weird. I like it.
Check that one out. Look at that. You see that orange band right there?
That's the one that I really personally resonated with, guys. And like, there's a few that really speak to me, and this is one of them. It is so freaking juicy, and it just radiates such an energy to it. Like, I want to call all my friends and family and tell them how much I love them. Like, that's that piece right there.
See, like, another thing, like, all of these a big thing about everything I get, I always try and get it as perfect as possible. Perfect termination, no damage, great coloration, great clarity. These are all factors that I look for when I look for a high quality crystal.
I love that so much, dude. That piece is something else.
So that's a big thing.
Did we list that one?
Yes, we did list that.
Oh God.
So a big thing for you guys, as you're starting getting to higher vibration or higher quality crystals, is that you need to start understanding things like, does it have damage? Is it terminated? Is it double terminated? Is there contact? Because contact is different than damage. Contact means that it was contacted with the host rock or another crystal or something like that. So it's not as significant as damage. Damage decreases the value and also changes the energy. Because if you think about it, like if a crystal is broken on one side, then it's altering its structure, and that's altering the way that the crystal energy flows. And that's why some of these really high quality crystals are so much more expensive, is because they're perfect in every level, in terms of a collector level or for jewelry. Like this stuff is perfect for jewelry.
Yeah.
It's also, these things can be considered assets. Like everyone considers them, but I consider them to be assets, as in like there's only so many. And I think that a lot of these things go up every year, and it's very hard to acquire a lot of this material, especially as you get into these higher end things like these Kunzites are.
This brings me to a specific part of the conversation that, I feel like I want to have some intention to have. I'm gonna flip this camera around. We haven't really talked about it too much, and I feel like it's one of those conversations that a lot of people don't talk about because there's like a weird, like everybody feels a little bit weird, but I know that Aaron doesn't, and I'm doing my best to not either. And it's that these are really expensive crystals. The value of them is really insane, and that's a lot of what Aaron's been explaining to me and helping me to understand.
For sure.
Because just by me being a sensitive person and picking up the crystals, I can feel the value energetically, in the sense that I would pay that amount of money as soon as I was able to have that, because to me, it's something I've always said to you guys, and it's just the way that my reality is. I value crystals far more than the money that you would pay for it. I value them far much more than like a home or even like food. And I know that a lot of people would watch this video and think that I have some problems and need help. And I do not feel that way, because I feel like there's a lot of love in my life, and I freaking love my crystals. Like there's a friendship and a connection there that is beyond the kind of intimacy that I've experienced. And it's not to say that I haven't had intimate connections, but I know I'm going all over the place, but we just really love crystals, guys.
We're on the same wavelength though, it's like there's very few things in my life that I actually love on this level, especially materialistic. I'm not a materialistic person.
Yeah.
So for me to invest this much time and energy, or for like crystals are what I'm doing with my life, they've chosen me. It's also a blessing to be able to even own things like this.
Yeah.
They choose you. This is a big part of it. If it's part of your path and what you're meant to do, it's why they're with me, or this level of caliber, is because I appreciate them and care about them on the same level. I treat them like they're children, and they're their own entities.
And they deserve you.
For sure.
They deserve Aaron. Like you guys feel the compassion he has for them. Can we show him some of the fluorites?
Yeah.
Because like these are insane.
Like if you look, there's purple, then blue, then a different purple, and then there's even yellow on the bottom here.
Oh my God.
Honestly, in person, it has more colors than what the camera can capture. That's the thing about like such crazy colored phantoms. Here, come back around the other side.
That piece is amazing. Oh my God.
So like everything that I'm showing you guys today, I don't keep crystals anymore. I'm just the caretaker or the middleman, someone that is trying to get them to their forever homes. So everything that you're seeing, everything is available. Something like this, for instance, an Illinois fluorite like this, I'm asking $3,000 for. I know we haven't talked a lot about pricing.
No, I'm glad you mentioned that, because I think it's good to give people an idea, because I personally am not at a place, or my experience with what I've been able to afford with crystals so far, to really even know, where it would be.
That's the thing is that I can tell already from looking at the camera, you can't see the extensive colors on this crystal.
I'm sorry, guys.
The blue, no, it's okay. I think you need really high quality equipment. That's why there's a whole, just commitment to just doing mineral photography. That could be your entire career.
I think personally, Aaron, just being around him and feeling these,
it's really tapped me into like a whole new dimension of the energy. And I'm really grateful that Aaron recognized in me that I really am actually somebody who seriously loves crystals too.
For sure.
And I just appreciate it because stepping into the vibe of feeling these and also being in his presence, it's clear that Aaron has made a choice and chosen to be somebody who can afford these things and has stepped into that reality. And I know that it's not what this video is about, guys, but like, I'm in the process of doing that too. A lot of people call it like manifestation abundance mindset. And it's just a lot about letting go of the subconscious beliefs. Like,
I mean, I would say that I built my way up from nothing.
Yeah.
You know, like I've only been doing crystals, like I'm always terrible with time because I'm nomadic and do lots of, but I'd say probably 6 years very seriously with crystals, you know? And it's spirit blessing you if it's your path, you know, like spirit will align you with the people like how I'm connecting with Nathan. The right people will come into your life that appreciate it or understand it. And just like these people have came into my life and I built my way up, it's if you understand and appreciate the value and quality, they'll come to you in your life. It's not about the money. It's about connecting with it. And is this your soul path? That's the same thing as like, I'm just trying to connect these to the people that are meant to have them. That's it. You know, that's why I don't hold on to stuff anymore. Maybe once in a while. But like, check this one. So
I'm sorry guys, I was trying to listen to Aaron, but I was also, I know. The energy of that is,
look at it in
what
the
the
light.
Heck? Freaking what?
This thing is so crazy. So this is,
What?
So to give you an idea, also like another thing you have to think about always with crystals, especially fluorite, which is a softer hardness. We haven't really talked about hardness, most scale of hardness. Diamond is 10, for instance, which is the hardest. I always forget what fluorite is. I feel like it's 4 or 5, but don't quote me on that. You can always Google it. But it's always coming damaged, right? But if you look at this crystal, it's undamaged. So like if we bring it out the light, here, like bring it down. See these edges? See how crisp they are? It's very rare, or even like that, that's a fracture internally. That's still, the edge is still clean. To have all the edges be so crisp like that, that makes it that much more valuable. How many Illinois fluorites, they used to mine them and sell them by the pound. Back when the mines were open, they were just like tossing them out everywhere or being careless. That's why a lot of high quality material can get damaged and stuff, is that there has to also be education on the mining side when they're finding material, you know, from all over the world, understanding what it takes to really take care of them and bring them out of the ground without breaking them.
Yeah.
Can we show him this? Because this is the one that really hit me differently.
Let's bring it over to the light.
Yeah, I'm doing my best to save for that one, but like, that one is insane, and I want you to be able to explain how there was a natural acid that came through and made it that way.
So this is from another famous mine. This is from the Elmwood mine in Tennessee. But the mine in Tennessee is famous for producing, well, it's famous for producing also really amazing calcites called stellar beam calcites, but it's famous for producing mostly just purple fluorites. And if you notice on those other fluorites from Illinois, they're all cubic. Fluorites grow other formations, but like most classically you see them in the cubic structure. And what happened with this one is like, this is actually the corner of a cube of a fluorite. And what happened is that the acid solution will come into the pocket while it's growing, and it ate away the rest of the crystal, leaving this crazy tail. And if we catch it in the right lighting, like look at the steps on that.
That is, it's seriously,
it looks like a temple to me.
it's got ancient wisdom to it, dude. I'm telling you.
So they call these, it's from Carthage, Tennessee. They call them Carthage corners, or they call them like snow cones, you know?
Yeah.
I always thought it was funny. I was like, how close is my face to the camera?
Oh yeah, don't even worry, man. Sometimes I get real close, but they know it's me.
So one thing that's crazy about these, I don't know if you can see, but there's always, I don't know why, but there's always a glassy window. So like if we hit it with the light, can you see how it's literally transparent?
Oh my God.
Right? And so like if you're actually hanging out with it in person, you could look into this window and you can see like the world inside of this fluorite crystal.
It is so
and
awesome.
I mean, it's complete. Like that's how this crystal came out of the ground.
That thing has its own universe to it.
You know, it's wild, man.
And so it's for this one. What makes this a really special one? Because honestly, guys, something I've learned about Aaron, he collects and he is always going for the ones that are extremely rare and special, and there aren't a whole bunch of. That's something that he's made clear. So it's really the acid that has happened with this one.
Yeah,
it's right?
like. So like for this find, this material, you more commonly see like the classic cubic clusters. So it's much rarer to see the other formation where the acid solution has eaten this away and leaving this tail-like formation.
Yeah.
You know, it just is like, man, I don't even know how sometimes to talk about some of these things because it just is like blows me away that this is coming out of the ground, you know?
Dude, I seriously feel that on a real level. So I'm going to go ahead and just show this. Aaron happens to have his card here, so you guys can go ahead and screenshot that, and I've got his Instagram tag in the description. But if anything really resonates with you guys, know that when you buy it, it's supporting Aaron, and it's going to support me too. So that being said, that being said, thanks everybody just for watching and for sharing in the love of crystals. Like,
oh, you know what we should show?
You pick the last one. Go ahead.
What do you think? Should we talk about this rainbow tourmaline?
Okay, let's show them the rainbow tourmaline, this one, because I never seen one like that. And can you bring the Herkimer too?
Yeah, we can do that.
Because I would like for you to help explain.
Oh man, we never showed this. It has crazy structure, and then the locality sets it apart where it is on a whole different price range and rarity because it's really, really hard to find aquamarine from Idaho.
That one
especially
is so
quality.
Beautiful.
We can bring it into the light as well.
They're juicy,
we'll bring the tourmaline too.
I want to ask you guys, I'm going to tell you right now, this is the one that is really speaking to me. I'm just curious to hear from you guys. I know we don't necessarily, all of us, have the whole financial situation right now to get them, but I'd love to hear from you below. Which is the one that we've shown in here that has like juicy energy that you're literally feeling through the screen? I just want to hear from you guys.
Yeah, you should comment down below. I would love to read the descriptions on how you guys felt. What's your favorite one? Because everyone's completely different.
Yeah.
Everyone is attracted to different things for different reasons.
It's one of the coolest aspects, dude.
It's why I fell in love with crystals. Like, you could be struggling with something completely different from someone else and be drawn to completely different crystals, and even a week later, you've gotten that crystal and worked with it, and your vibration shifts, and you're then attracted to the one you weren't attracted to.
Exactly, dude.
It's so crazy.
It's like a funny thing, right?
That's why I love crystals. Is like, it's honestly endless. It's like there's so much. Look at the color in like a better lighting. Look at that blue.
Oh my God! Hold on, my camera's not focusing, but dude, it's. I get what you're saying. Like candy, they're like Jolly Ranchers. But this kind of juicy flavor, it radiates in your whole being.
So for those of you out there, if you ever heard of aquamarine from Vietnam, Vietnam is known for producing some of the highest quality aquamarines of like a deep blue color. And this looks like it's from Vietnam, but once again, it's from Idaho. So that's the thing that's crazy about stuff. And an important factor to remember is that if you're not keeping track of where this is coming from and who mined this and where it's coming out of the ground, like with stuff like this, like I have old labels with a lot of these things, you know, dating as much as I can information, like in locality cards. I always have a card with all of my high-end crystals, so you know what mine it's from, and if I have any old labels, like who owned it, who pulled it out of the ground.
Dude, this is part of why you're so cool, because you don't just love like the crystals and the energy, like that's my big thing, but like you have all the information, like you literally love these crystals, dude. You want to know all this stuff about them. That is so cool.
One last thing, we'll go into this Herkimer a little. We bring it over into the
here's
light.
the deal. You can go ahead and walk over. I'll pan and follow you. I've actually sold a lot of Herkimer diamonds, and I wrap them a lot in my amulets and stuff. And not all of them are super expensive. I have never seen a Herkimer like this. And just for the sake of, I know a lot of people here are going to be resonating with me, we haven't really seen crystals of this kind of value and expense before. So can you explain about this one?
So first off, this is from the Ace of Diamonds mine, and I bought it directly from the guy who pulled it out of the ground.
That's cool. You literally know him.
Yeah, he's one of the main miners. By the way, Ace of Diamonds mine is currently closed at the moment, so that's always going to fluctuate pricing of these crystals. But it's one of the famous mines for producing some of the best Herkimers. And what sets this apart is like what I've been trying to get across this whole time and starting to understand levels of qualities of crystals is that you have to understand how perfect the structure is, the locality, the clarity, all of these factors. So when you look at this,
that one's got it, dude.
When you look at this Herkimer, you know, look at the only contact there is that. So that's an example of contact. You see this right here, but it's not damaged. It's not means it was broken. This is where it was connecting to host rock, but it's still crystallized. If you were able to like really zoom in there, like
I can probably shoot in a bit further in the editing
with a loop. You know, you'd be able to see that that's natural contact. But like we're talking like, look how big the crystal is. and it's barely there. This, by the way, is on the Etsy.
I'm having a hard time looking at that one. Just so you guys know, it's not because I don't hate Herkimers. I'm very sensitive, and that one hits me hard. So.
Yeah, I love Herkimers, but so like what's crazy about Herkimer diamonds? Herkimers, for instance, I believe that they're a 7.5 on the hardness scale versus normal quartz is a 7, and why they call them a diamond is because it's growing like this.
Can we hold it up to the light? I know it's not really that kind of crystal, but
here.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, this is pristine.
Even though that these are some really high quality crystals, this is just the tip of the iceberg. There's an infinite amount of different kind of crystals from just like if you're into fluorites and you like Illinois fluorite, there's like a million fluorite localities that all have crazy, like there's Chinese stuff, there's Namibian stuff, there's all stuff across the states. It's like, it's endless.
You see what I'm talking
crazy.
about? This guy literally loves the crystals.
For sure, of course.
And that's honestly, you know, I don't usually put people in my videos and stuff either. Not because like I'm like dissing people like, but it just hasn't flowed or happened. But you know, this made sense. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I really appreciate it. Yeah. Like I said, guys, Aaron's information is tagged below. I'm running a discount on my store right now, so you guys can go through. You can connect with Aaron's stuff too. I can't put a discount on those because he literally has these priced at like what they are, and that's been the hardest thing for me to understand personally. Yeah. And that has helped me actually feel into some of my subconscious beliefs about, you know, my abundance and what I'm worth and how much money I can have. And I really appreciate this door that you showed me.
For sure.
Because I don't dislike lower grade crystals, you know, I don't dislike my moldavites and stuff now. It just really shows me that there's a lot of magic that is happening in the earth.
Oh my God.
And I think most people who have stuff like this, they're not showing it. Because it's like Gollum in the Lord of the Rings, like,
it's treasure.
This is my precious, you know, and I get it.
It's treasure.
I do. But this is badass, man.
Everyone's got that crystal that's gotten away from them. If you're into crystals, I like second guessed or thought about it, and then someone bought it, and then I still think about it years later.
And everything that Aaron has said and shared, you know, these are really beautiful, and they're really special. And I just want to say, like, just in general, crystals, like, what an amazing place we are, like, to be able to share space with something so magnificent.
It's why it's what I'm doing with my life.
Yeah, I like it, man. You put your money where your heart is, and that is why you have accelerated so fast, in my opinion, and just are so abundant. Thank you guys so much. If you have any questions, you can put them below. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for liking the video. And go ahead, Aaron.
I'm so nervous.
All right, see you guys.
Bye.